Hey everybody, it's Mr. Carr again, and we are going to be starting up on Unit 4 with 4.1. We're going to measure angles and apply what's called the angle addition postulate. Okay, so I know that the directions say here using a protractor, find the measure of ABC, then classify it. Okay, so these classifications are things you've seen in the past: acute, obtuse, right, or straight. So I don't have a protractor for you. It's not an expectation that you had this to work on. So the idea would be something like this. A protractor, just in case you were wondering, it's a little half circle. Okay. And then it like all around the edge ticks off for angle measures. Okay. So the idea is that you would line it up on the shape and you would like, for example, you would put this right here on the vertex. So that would go on point B. And then you would kind of see where does it go off to like that. Okay, so if you read the protractor, I'm going to say this one's a roughly 42 degrees, which is classified as acute. This is less than 90. This one, it would make up the whole straight line, so that's 180 degrees, and that is a straight angle. Okay, so then we have right here, you do the same measurement, should come out to about 90 degrees, and I classify that is going to be a right angle. And then I finish with this one right here. And you're looking at that angle there. Should come out to about 139, 140 degrees, which makes that obtuse. So remember these classifications. Acute is less than 90 degrees. Straight is exactly equal to 180 degrees. A right angle is exactly 90 degrees. And obtuse is greater than 90. And I'm going to actually do this. I'm going to flip it around. It's 90 degrees is going to be less than the angle, which is also less than 180. So to be obtuse, it's got to be between 90 and 180. Okay, so that's a little bit of a reminder from before. Okay, so for example 2, find the measure of ABD and measure of DBC, then measure of ABC. Okay, so I've got these other two that go along with that. We're doing the same thing in all of them. Again, if you had a protractor, you would measure ABD like this, and then I would want you to measure DBC, and then you would measure, let's do that in red, ABC, the whole thing. Okay, so for our purposes, I'm gonna give you some sample numbers that I've seen in the past. Okay, angle ABD, a lot of people come out to right about 74 degrees. DBC comes out as 40 degrees, and then ABC comes out as 112 degrees. Well, not quite. 114 degrees. Okay, then we look at this one. We do ABD, that comes out as about 30 degrees, comes out about 60 degrees, and ABC comes out as 90 degrees, the whole thing. So then the last one, ABD is about 50 degrees, about 130 degrees for DBC. Nope, sorry, had that backwards. Okay, DBC is about 50 degrees, ABD is about 130 degrees, and then ABC comes out to 180. So one thing I want you to look at, based on your measurements, what observations can you make about the relationship between ABD, DBC, and ABC? So as a reminder, we have this example, 74, 40, and 114, 30, 60, 90, and 130, 50, and 180. So I want to have you answer that question right now in the play posit. Give it a shot, and then we'll continue on in a second here. Okay, now that you're back, based on your measurements, I'm hoping that you would say something along the lines of the fact that angle ABD added to angle DBC results in angle ABC. That happened in all my cases so far. Right here, I have 130 plus 50 equals 180. 30 plus 60 equals 90. 74 plus 40 equals 114. So that's what we're establishing here because that is our main idea today. Angle addition postulate. Okay? So angle addition postulate is when I take, if D lies within ABC, then the measure of ABD plus the measure of DBC equals the measure of ABC. So every diagram is the same thing so far. So if I have any kind of angle, So ABC is the entire big angle here. And D lies somewhere within, like this. Then I can take this angle plus this angle equal to the whole thing. And that hopefully is pretty straightforward. Okay, that's what we're saying with this scenario here. So if I look at, for example 3 here, I want to find the measure of angle ABC. Okay, so that's going to go A to B to C. This one, pretty straightforward. ABC is made up of 30 and 40 degrees, so I'm just going to add those together to get 70 degrees. Okay, for part B here, a little bit different. I want to find this angle. Okay, I know the whole thing measures to 142 degrees. So I'm going to call this one X. I'm still going to apply angle addition postulate. When looking at this diagram, I know that if I took 61 and add X, that comes out to 142 degrees. So now I'm going to subtract 61 on both sides so that I get 81 degrees. So that's how I get to this. I'm still using that angle addition postulate idea, but I'm just doing it in a slightly different way that ends up using subtraction. Okay? So for the you try now problems, you don't have a protractor, I'd rather you just like focus on 3, 4, and 5. Give those a shot. Okay? All right, and that is it for 4.1. I will talk to everybody later. Have a nice day.